So our new Ego trimmer just got delivered. This is how it arrived on my doorstep today. This is model HT2411-FC. I have not owned or operated any of the battery-powered Hedge trimmer style pieces of equipment from Ego. I have three weed eaters, and I have a leaf blower so far. But today we're going to take a look at this. This is the more affordable model. I'm going to test and compare this to the Husqvarna 2-stroke model that I've been using for the last few years professionally, and I'm going to see how this thing compares. I'm going to use this new one for a couple weeks in place of my old Husqvarna one to see if it actually holds up in a consistent partial commercial use setting. So this is how it arrived right here. The box is actually partially open. Now this unit still has a packing slip in it. I bought on eBay for a reduced price because this is a certified refurbished unit, certified with Ego, so it still comes with a warranty, but it saved me somewhere around 80 bucks. I'll put what I bought it for on eBay right here, and then I'll also show you what it's going for at like Lowe's and Ace Hardware. You can see how much I saved. The fact that it still has a warranty since it's certified meant that that's good enough for me. I don't really expect a lot of this equipment to last more than a few years anyway, because I do use it pretty heavily. All right, here we go. It's upside down, but I chose to open it from where the box was already split open, so that's why. Battery should be in there with the charger. So there's the unit right there. I can already tell you that's going to be lighter, quite a bit lighter than the gas piece of equipment that I have, but I'll compare the two in a second. This actually has a longer blade on it than I thought. We have a 2.5 amp hour battery in here, yet another charger. So I have 3 or 4 of these now. I'm gonna have to start dumping them on eBay for 15-20 bucks because I really have no need for so many of these chargers. But I do prefer this model charger over the fast charger because I feel like if you're not in a rush, you should use one of these. It will extend the life of your battery. The date on this piece of paper is October. It tells me this tool's probably been sitting in this box for quite a while. But let's get the battery open and the tool out and take a look exactly what we got here. Battery open. Now I don't know if it being refurbished means that the tool is refurbished, the battery is refurbished, or if they both are. I don't really know how to check on that, but we'll take a look at some of these and see if they look like they have any use on them. Now, it's my personal opinion that this is a brand new battery. Based off of my other tools, even after a single use, this soft black plastic gets lots of scrapes and marks on it that I'm pretty sure would be impossible to remove. It's possible that they can put new casings on these, but I firmly believe this is in fact a new 2.5 amp hour battery. Let's hit the button here. Looks like it needs to be charged. For the sake of saving time in this video, we're going to take this 4.5 amp hour battery for testing, and we're going to throw this new 2.5 amp hour battery on the charger just so we can get it charged up. Looking at the blades, this thing looks like it's pretty much brand new. Now I know this could be cleaned pretty well. I know from experience that these can be impossible to make look new again. So based off of how nice this is, this might have been something that was defective right out of the box and was taken in on a warranty return and then refurbished, because I don't really see any evidence of use at all on this thing. So pretty much looks brand new. I think it's pretty well balanced with this 4 amp hour battery. Obviously it's quite a bit heavier than it would be with the 2.5. Homeowner type unit might be better suited for the 2.5 amp hour battery, but I will say there are certain times of year, like in the fall, when everything needs to be trimmed, and this is going to have a heavier battery on it. Here's the unit head-to-head with my Husqvarna 122 HD60, which has been my go-to for a few years now. It looks like actually these have exactly the same length blades here, which to me is surprising. I didn't really look into it before I ordered the electric model. I just kind of wanted an introductory unit. This is in fact the cheapest one you can get. I think I paid less than $140 for a refurbished unit, including shipping. This thing right here was a little bit over 300. As far as balance goes, you can see that obviously the engine side is going to be heavier than the blade side, but I'd say that, yeah, the balance is a little bit better on the Husqvarna compared to the Ego with the 4 amp hour battery. It's probably on par with the 2.5 amp hour battery. So we're going to use both these units right now, test them out separately on this juniper bush right here. So you can see it's had about 1.5 years worth of growth. Starting to block this garden door when we open it, so we're going to need to take off probably 1.5 feet over here to about 1 foot on this side. So we're going to test each of them out. Now the Husqvarna, I use WD-40 to lubricate the blades in between every use. For the Ego, I haven't decided yet what I'm going to use. I'm just going to test it right out of the box. I'll let you guys know what I think about the power and the balance of both units and how they compare.
tell you already, I'm loving this unit. It's lighter weight, it's so quiet, I don't even have to wear my headset, and there's no smoke. Especially the ones where you hold the engine right in your hand right here, right in front of your face, is you're breathing in that hot 2-stroke exhaust, and it puts it right in your face. No smoke with this thing. I already like it, but you can see on the blade here, it's already picking up a lot of that resin from the tree, because these junipers are full of that sappy resin that comes out of them and really gets the trimmer blades to stick together. So we're gonna have to do something about that, probably some WD-40. But let's try the gas machine and compare, see exactly what we think. So the gas machine, I would say, has more power, but it's not really that noticeable. The difference is, with the electric not having any exhaust in your face and being so much quieter, I think I'm always 100% of the time gonna opt for that one. Now I'm gonna keep the gas one on the truck for the scenario in which I run all 3 or 4 of my batteries dry. In that case, I'll always have extra 2-stroke and I can get the trimming done that needs to be done. But I think the Ego can be a welcome addition to my truck. Better. But this unit right here is a lot heavier than the Ego, even with the 4 amp hour battery. So the Husqvarna is reading just under 12 pounds. Now the Ego with a 2.5 amp hour battery is so light, it's not even registering on here, so I'm gonna have to weigh myself with it to see what it weighs. So it looks like it weighs somewhere around 9 pounds, so that's pretty good. I mean, a couple pounds counts for a lot when you're hanging out over bushes and trimming with your arms extended all day, so I think that's gonna be awesome. Now, the other thing to consider is fuel savings. That's the number one thing a lot of people say is they switch to electric to save money on fuel. Well, I'll tell you, running 2 mowers and 3 or 4 other pieces of power equipment all day, in total, not including my truck, but all my equipment uses less than 3 gallons per week, and that's to maintain over 50 houses. So for me, this isn't about fuel savings. That pretty much is no cost whatsoever. To me, this is about convenience, ease, and my ability to save my lungs from having to breathe that exhaust all day. So let me know what you guys think. Are you running any electric equipment yet? I'm using the weed eater full time now and the trimmer. I'm hoping over the next year or so I can get into one of these either 21-inch or 30-inch mowers with those big 7.5 or 10 amp hour batteries. We'll see, they are pretty expensive, but they're actually a little bit cheaper than the gas mowers go for nowadays. So we'll see. My client list is mostly residential, so I think it will work well for what I'm trying to do. There's a couple good ones by Toro and Greenworks I'd love to try out. If you want to see me review more things in the future and potentially some of those commercial grade electric mowers, make sure and hit that subscribe button.